Hello, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. Well, we're talking about inspiration, and this has turned into a multiple part talk, but it's so important because inspiration is a huge component of encouragement, which is our umbrella topic of these talks. And as I stated the other day, that I couldn't see how inspiration was connected to encouragement until I started thinking after reading these articles. And I began to see that we have to have an inspired thought process in order to encourage our children to reach potential that they can't yet see. And it's by continuing to work, using positive affirmations like, I may not be able to do it yet, but if I keep trying, I will. And, those types of things that we actually use ourselves as positive affirmations, we're teaching our children. And it actually is part of our being inspired because we can see that potential in them to ask them to do these things to keep themselves fired up as they move along toward their goals. And we're building a positive, powerful mindset in our children. So that's why we need to be inspired ourselves to continue to encourage the children that we're working with. So, to recap, inspiration is the fourth component of a great positive encouragement way that we're looking at how to make our encouragement more, I guess, have more fire in it. And you can encourage someone or you can praise someone, but when you include these five components, sorry, it actually makes the encouragement that much more powerful. So the five components of good, powerful encouragement, actually great, powerful encouragement, came from an article that I've read called The Psychology of Encouragement by Y. Joel Wong. And those five components are courage, perseverance, confidence, inspiration, and hope. So having these five components builds encouragement into some super encouragement that when we have these things present within our encouragement, we are actually moving the children along further towards those goals that we see them accomplishing. So today's articles were gleaned from an article, The Scientific Study of Inspiration in the Creative Process, Challenges and Opportunities. And I'll include that title and the other article in my description box below. But today, we've heard that it's 1% inspiration and 99 excuse me, percent perspiration. And it was Thomas Edison that coined this term. Excuse me. And to give him credit, this is really important to have the perspiration, and we'll talk about that next time. But the phrase in itself can be misleading. We wouldn't want a child to look at a work of art and think that, oh, this work of art came mostly due to just being inspired and there was no work behind it. And on the other hand, we wouldn't want them to see the work of art as, oh, that person worked on that really a long time to get that sunset just right without them being inspired. And so we're going to look at this because the article of the scientific study of inspiration in the creative process stated there were three things that we have to keep in mind before we look at perspiration and inspiration and how much each one is a factor in the creative process. One, inspiration is a robust predictor of creativity within itself. There were three different types of writing that were reviewed in this article: poetry, science, and fiction. And the state of inspiration of the writer during the writing process uniquely predicted the creativity of the final product. So that told me that inspiration has to be present in order for the outcome to be something that we could say, "Wow, that was really well done. I wonder where he got that idea from, or how did he develop that idea?" Like, it was all inspiration that motivated that person and created that final product that was unique. Inspiration and creative self-concept are positively connected. That's point number 2. So inspiration and self-concept, I guess believing that you can do something that you've been inspired to do. Well, the study found or looked at patent holders, and they found there was a correlation between the frequency of inspiration and the number of patents that a person held. So inspiration and the belief that you can were positively correlated. And I thought that was a pretty interesting study because, like, I think of my mom. She had ideas so frequently, and her father, she said, was the kind of person who would always think of ways of doing things. So it's like that's inspiration and the creative self-concept that you can solve a problem. Number 3 was in each of these situations, its inspiration was also accompanied with an openness to experience something new or different. 2, effort, which gets us back to perspiration. 3, an activated positive affect, believing that one can accomplish something, having a belief in oneself, that positive affirmations, and awe. I guess just being in awe of the process. So inspiration has to be present to make an effort to have something come to pass, which is the perspiration. And so we'll talk a little bit more next time. Thank you for staying with me through this a little long too, but please share and please subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye bye.